He's back into it in Chester. Here's El Senior. Yes! Yes! The center back, Jakob Glesnes, is going for it. Oh my God! What a goal! And that will do it! One of the best comebacks in recent years. 3 unanswered by the Union. And they go into the Gold Cup break, winning it 3-2.
Hello, welcome to the Free Kick Podcast. My name is Todd. And well, guys, only a couple more days until we get Union soccer back. Hopefully you guys were enjoying the Euros so far, Copa America, seeing the U.S. national team lift the Nations League trophy. But I'm super excited for today's podcast because I'd like to welcome on the guy that you guys have heard me call the pride of Harford County, Maryland. He is Cole Turner. Cole, thanks for coming onto the podcast today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on. So for everybody that's listening, for yourself, Cole, you might be wondering why did I call you the pride of Harford County, Maryland? That's because Adam Booth, who is the lead capo for the Sons of Ben, he calls Matt Freese the pride of Wayne, Pennsylvania, because both Adam and Matt are both from Wayne, Pennsylvania. And so just like yourself, Cole, I was born and raised in Harford County. I live in Joppatown. So to see a guy from Harford County play for the Union, I think that's probably one of the coolest things in the world, just to see somebody from Harford County make it into professional soccer.
Yeah, I like the nickname.
There you go. Now you got to get that to stick in the locker room.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, growing up in Maryland, you were born and raised in Harford County, in Churchville to be exact. And I know for me, growing up, I played baseball up until I got to high school, and I had many friends who played football, lacrosse, basketball, but not so much soccer. So how did you decide that soccer was the sport you wanted to play growing up?
It was mainly my dad. I mean, I grew up playing other sports, as most people in Harford County. I played baseball, lacrosse. I played it all. But soccer always just stuck with me. That was always my first sport and first love, really, growing up.
Absolutely. I mean, look, like you said, so many people in Harford County play multiple sports, and I hated playing baseball. I wanted to play soccer at a young age, but mom's like, oh, you got to play baseball. You got to play baseball. I don't know. I guess maybe it's a thing seeing so many people in Maryland see Cal Ripken grow up in Aberdeen, Maryland. They make it for the Baltimore Orioles, and I don't know. I guess parents are like, oh, you need to be the next Cal Ripken. I don't know. That's just my thinking for it. But like I said, many people aren't familiar listening to this podcast about the soccer scene here in Maryland, but there are some outstanding soccer clubs, soccer teams here in Maryland, like the Baltimore Armor, Bethesda SC. I know you have both of those that are U.S. Development Academy teams. Former DC United player Santino Quaranta and Sean Rush have both made Pipeline SC into a juggernaut of a soccer program here in Maryland. Baltimore Celtics and Baltimore Bays are also great club teams here in Maryland, which are two clubs I believe you played for, correct?
Yeah, yep. Started out with the Bays and then moved on to Celtic.
How was that experience playing for both of those teams?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I started out at the Bays, and my dad was actually the coach for me there. And then moved on to the Celtic when I think I was 12. And Mike Lookingland was my coach there, and I enjoyed it both. I enjoyed them both.
Yep, and for people that are listening, former Baltimore Blast indoor soccer player. So Mike has a great program down there. And just tying it back to myself, I remember my senior year of high school playing against Aberdeen High School. We absolutely got smacked. Like I said, born and raised in Joppatown, so I played for Joppatown. Their head coach at the time, I believe he coached the U14 or U15 boys team for the Baltimore Bays. And more than half of their team played for the Baltimore Bays at the same time. I had two teammates that played for the Bays at one point. One played for Pipeline, and then the other one played for some Barcelona, Maryland team, while the rest of the team never played soccer or only played rec soccer. So I know firsthand how well those Baltimore Bays teams are coached. And just like I said, I mean, not just the Bays, not just the Celtics. I mean, there's so many great soccer teams in Harford County, Maryland. And I know the Philadelphia Union Academy are constantly playing Bethesda, Baltimore Armor. I've seen them play a couple times, Pipeline. So, I mean, it's like when you see the Philadelphia Union playing these guys in actual meaningful games, that tells you how well that these soccer teams are looked at here in Maryland. But moving on to you leaving those two club teams, getting involved with Union Juniors and then the academy at YSC. So after all those years playing soccer in Maryland, how'd you get linked up with Union Academy?
So I joined Union Juniors, man. I'm 9 years old, and we would go up, I think it was every other Monday. We would drive up there, and we actually found out about it from another one of my dad's buddies and a kid I played against. I'm sure you've heard Brendan Aronson. we always grew up playing against each other, and him and my dad became friends through coaching. And he mentioned it that Brennan was going to get started in it. So then I gave it a shot and went up and tried out.
Yeah, that is awesome. So, look, I was talking to my sister beforehand. I was like, yeah, I don't I try to look at stuff and I was like, yeah, it doesn't seem like Cole's done too many interviews with people I know. I think he did something last year with the Baltimore Sun. But look, I never knew that you were connected at that young of an age with Brendan Aronson. Look, we've all seen Brendan Aronson get sold by the Union last year to Salzburg, doing great things with Salzburg, and now with the U.S. men's national team. So, yeah, to know Brendan at a young age, how good was he at that young of an age?
He was always good. He was always a player you were looking out for, that's for sure.
Now, what? We hear Paxton might be better, but look, let's not rush Paxton's development yet. But proud to see him get his debut against Portland. Probably would have wanted to come in a little bit longer, but still, I mean, you work all the way up from a young age to finally get there to make your professional team debut. You'd love to see it, but that must have been a pretty awesome experience to go to a soccer-specific high school, train during the day, and then still have actual schooling to do. During your time with the academy, you got caught up to the U.S. U14s, I believe I read, in 2014. How was that experience for you?
It was awesome. I just joined. It was my first year as an actual academy player there, and it honestly came out of really nowhere. I really didn't know much about it, and just went out there and gave it my best. It was a really good experience.
Absolutely. And for people that are not familiar with YSC Academy, like I said, I mean, you do training during the day, you have some training at night and everything, and yeah, you still get schooling involved. Does that pretty much sum up how it went at YSC Academy, or is it a little bit different?
Well, I lived up there too for 3 of my 4 high school years. So we would have practice from, I think, like 8:30 to 10. And then from 10 to 3, we would have school. And then from 3:30 to 5, we would have team practice after that as well.
It's not bad. So you're still getting your schooling in, which, I hated school, but, we all got to do it. And I much look forward to playing soccer right after school was over. And I'm sure, you got two times you got to play soccer throughout the day, and then just have to focus on schooling between 10 to 3. So, I kind of wish I was in that situation, but, not everybody, has a program like YSC. So,
yeah, no, it's definitely unique. It was awesome.
Now we just got how you played with Baltimore Bays and the Celtics, how you got involved with the Philadelphia Union's Academy. So, your hobbies outside of playing soccer, you want to go ahead and name some of those?
Yeah, my 2 main hobbies are I hunt and fish a lot. When it's fishing season, I'm fishing just about every day, and hunting season, the same thing.
I'm glad you brought up fishing. So I'm not much of a hunter, but living in Joppatown right next to the water, I'm constantly out there fishing. And so I saw on your Instagram, maybe, I forget when, you and Jakob went fishing a couple of months ago. And I was like, I knew exactly where you guys are fishing. I've got to get out to the Susquehanna, but I was like, yeah, I know. Let me not blow up this spot, because any good fisherman never wants a spot to get blown up and everything. Who out of you and Jakob, who would you say is a better fisherman?
Oh, me for sure. There ain't no question there.
Ain't no question
no
there.
question there.
Oh, man, he was quick to that answer. Yeah, I mean, look, again, just people that are listening to this podcast, I don't think they know how, lucky we are in Harford, living in Harford County. Like, we're surrounded by so much water. You living in Churchville, you have Havre de Grace right up there, which is a great place to fish. Like I said, the Susquehanna is right up there. For me, living in Joppatown, I'll fish all over in Joppatown. And my buddy and I, 2 weeks ago, we went out. I guess it's technically Baltimore County, and caught like 4 snakeheads, caught a ton of bass. It's a good time. Have you been fortunate enough to catch any snakeheads yet?
I have, yeah. I don't go for them a whole lot, but yeah, I know where they're at if I want to go catch them.
Absolutely. Do you eat them? Everybody asks me that.
Yeah, I've eaten them.
Oh, you eat them? Yeah, everybody asks me that. I'm always like, nope, won't try it. Well, I don't eat fish, and it's so crazy. I won't eat seafood in general, even though I live in Maryland. Won't do it. I'll catch them and I'll release them, but no. Everybody's like, oh, you got to try snakeheads. You got to try snakeheads. These are like the best fish out there. I'm like, nope, I can't do it.
They're pretty good. You cook them right.
Cook them right. Be all right. Absolutely. But they put up a great fight. So, I mean, I love getting in a fight with bass, but I don't know, the snakeheads, it seems like once they bite onto your lure, they just want to jolt off, and it's like, yeah, please don't jump. Please don't jump.
Yep. Exactly right.
But yeah, I mean, look, fishing, hunting. Like I said, not a big hunter, but fishing. I love fishing, and it sucked last year. Trying to when COVID first started, I know it sucked for you guys. Thought that the season was going to start, and then you guys got shut down, and not much to do. So I remember trying to go out and get a kayak last year. Could not get them anywhere online or in stores. Luckily, able to get one this year, and so like you said, I mean, try to get out there as much as possible, and hope hope I can catch a rockfish this year. I've caught pretty much everything I think that there is to catch in Joppatown other than rockfish. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely on the next bucket list for me. But um, signing for the Union. So on July 17th of 2019, you signed your first professional contract with the Philadelphia Union that took effect starting in 2020 with the Union. You also spent 2019 with the Bethlehem Steel, but I'm not sure if people remember, you committed to the Naval Academy to play soccer there before signing a contract with the Union. So did you have any indication that you might be getting a call from Ernst about signing a homegrown deal, or were you just totally focused at the time with the Naval Academy?
During my college search, I never really had much communications with the union, and I wasn't really expecting it, but I knew that if I wasn't going to be a soccer player professionally, I really wanted to be a Navy SEAL. So I figured Naval Academy would set me up best for that, and then it kind of came not out of nowhere, but then the whole process happened really quickly. With me, ended up signing in Philly, which I was really happy with and thankful that I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, I'll probably mention a couple more times, but I mean, just like I said, to see a guy from Harford County make their debut for the Philadelphia Union, coolest thing in the world to see. Hey, look, I grew up 15 minutes away where this kid was born at, and yeah, it's like the coolest thing in the world. And I can't imagine you actually living day to day, training with the first team, going out there, making your debut last year, which we're touch on, but last year, before COVID shut down everything, the first game for Union 2, or Bethlehem Steel, no, yeah, U2, against Loudoun United, in a game that I tweeted at the time was the Battle of Harford County. I believe you started in the midfield in that game, and playing in goal for Loudoun was Colin Miller, who played his high school soccer at C. Milton Wright in Bel Air. After high school, he went on to play goalkeeper for Providence University, where he made a pretty good name for himself. So I believe Colin also played for the Bays growing up. Did you guys know each other at all, or?
No, I really didn't know him.
But again, I mean, to see two Harford County kids on the opposite side of the fields with each other, against each other, yeah, that was it's pretty cool too. And luckily, you guys came up on top. Always want, whether it's you two, the Philadelphia Union, always want those guys to come up on top, even if it is against another Harford County person. But let's go ahead and talk about last season. You guys went down to Orlando for MLS's back. You weren't used during the tournament. Teams come back into market, and you continue to make the bench. And then on September 21st, you made your first team debut for the Union against Montreal Impact. And I've got to say, when I saw your number go up, I was so thrilled for you. Again, I said I was going to bring this up again, just to see another Harford County-born player make their debut for the Philadelphia Union. So special. And obviously, the work is far from over for you, I'm sure, where you want more of that. But in my opinion, that moment spoke to me and said, look, he made it, and I don't see why there can't be more players born in Harford County following in the same footsteps that you're following in Cole. And like I said, the work's not done yet, but how would you describe your debut?
I would say when the guy ran down to call my name, it was something special. Probably I'll never forget it. And then running on the field, it sucks that there was no fans there, but either way, it was something I'll never forget. That's for sure.
I guess it's weird too, because you guys were playing Montreal, but you were playing them at the Red Bull Stadium. So it's like, yeah, this is so strange playing against Montreal, even though we're not playing in Canada. And like you said, no fans, but look, you don't care. You work so hard for that moment, and your number went up there and couldn't have put in a better performance. And I know, like Paxton, I said, you guys didn't get a ton of minutes, but you made the most of it. I think you had a couple completed passes. You got a couple touches of the ball, and just so thrilled for you, man, to make your debut last year.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. But before we go ahead and wrap this up, as everybody knows, the Philadelphia Union go down on Sunday against Atlanta United at 2 p.m. Hopefully, you guys started the first half of the season strong, and after a slow start, I would say, in the league, you guys started strong against Saprissa and CCL play, undefeated still, in Champions League play. You guys absolutely destroyed Atlanta down in Atlanta in the first leg of CCL play, and now you guys go ahead down there to see them again, and yeah, just hopefully you guys can do the same thing, 3-0 down there, shut up the Atlanta fans, because it is, I don't know how much you go on social media and seeing just Atlanta United fans complaining, but they love to complain.
I believe it.
Absolutely. Good job not answering that. Don't want to get you in trouble, Cole. But look, man, I appreciate you taking time out of your day here talking with me, just hearing how you got involved with soccer with Philadelphia Union, you growing up in Maryland and making your debut last year. And hopefully we'll see you come onto the pitch a couple more times this season. And hopefully you just continue to work well in training and continue to make a name for yourself, Cole.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Now go catch yourself a rockfish.
Hey, I will definitely try, man. Hey, you have a great day now, Cole.
Yep, thank you. Take it easy.
Thanks. And once again, I would like to thank Cole Turner for coming onto the podcast. Look, you guys heard me say 5, 6, maybe more times than that, Harford County. It's the coolest thing in the world to see somebody born and raised in the same county as myself make it into professional soccer, but then you take it a step farther to see them make it for the Philadelphia Union. You guys heard him said it's a moment he'll never forget, his debut last year against Montreal. I was thrilled for him, and I can't imagine just the emotions seeing his number go up on the board. Like, this is everything I've worked for. And look, the work's not done yet for Cole with the Gold Cup coming up in July. And look, even right now in this moment, right now on June 15th, the games are coming thick and fast. And there's definitely going to be opportunities for Cole to continue to make the bench and to hopefully get his number put up on that board to go ahead and close out a job for the Union. Can't wait to see it because I know it's coming. This kid works hard every single day in training. He did a wonderful job with U2. Look, and we didn't even talk about his goal that he scored against Loudoun this season in a scrimmage that U2 had against him. A banger of a goal. This kid is working so hard to push for minutes in a position where it's pretty hard to get into the starting 11 with Flock, with Martinez. We've seen Jack Elliott play the number 6. And then you have the 2 center backs, Glesnes and Jack Elliott. And then there's competition. That's what we love to see for this team. But Cole strikes me as a kid that he's been challenged at times, but he knows what it takes to get there. And so I can't wait to see Cole play more games for the Philadelphia Union. And hopefully you guys enjoy that interview. And now hopefully Cole's a guy that you guys are cheering for. And I know anytime Cole steps foot onto that field, it's going to make us all proud, and can't wait to see what the future has in store for Cole. But if you guys aren't following Cole on Instagram, you can follow at _Cole.Turner. Super easy. So you guys should be following all Philadelphia Union players on social media, I feel like. And if you guys aren't following the podcast on social media, go ahead and follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Free Kick Pod, wherever you get your podcasts, The Free Kick, Todd Lewis. And check out the website, thefreekickpodcast.com. But guys, we will see you. I believe I have a podcast. Yeah, I do. I do have a guest lined up for you guys. And that episode should come out either Friday. Yeah, probably Friday. So you guys should have a couple days before that Atlanta game, talking all things Sons of Ben, travel days to go see the Philadelphia Union play away games. Until then, my name is Todd, and this is the Free Kick Podcast.